All right, welcome, guys. My name is Bernard Mayer, the Director of Content here at Omnisend, and this is.
Marty Bauer, Director of Sales at Omnisend.
And today we are going to look at some of our favorite newsletters from mostly Omnisend customers, but some of them are not. And we will kind of go over what we like about them and what kind of maybe could be improved.
I haven't looked at all of these, have you?
No, I looked at mine and he's looked at his, so we will be able to kind of, all right, diss each other if we get to that point.
Yeah, you picked this one.
Yeah. All right, so I think we can just go right into it. So the first one I got going on is from a brand called Greenhouse Interiors.
Nice.
So, of course, from the name, you can see that they are selling interior decorating kind of stuff. So what I like about this email is that once a week, they send out an email which highlights one of the makers, one of the creators.
Nice.
So this email is completely not so much about selling a particular product, but it's more just about highlighting their creators. So you can see that the first image here on top is some of her artwork, and then they go more into depth about who she is and a little bit of FAQs and some favorite movies and some hobbies and stuff like that. But you can see it's really just highlighting her products.
Nice.
So, of course, the first thing I like about this is the story about highlighting your creators, because then you can build a bit better brand, not just with your customers, but also with the people who are like your suppliers, pretty much here. And then, of course, secondly, I just like the layout of this email because it's really visual. Content is nice and flows pretty easily, I think, and it's very friendly without like being over promotional.
Yeah.
How do you like my first pick?
I think it's on point. So can you scroll back up towards the top, please? So the thing that jumped out at me was meet the maker. I think the subject line of the email, which is super important, is to really nail that subject line. I think the subject line of this email is called Meet the Maker, Cassie George, or Cassie George. When I saw that, I was thinking, as new to this company, I don't know this company, I don't know what their content, what their normal content is. I was thinking that it was the founder, but I actually really like diving in and seeing, wait, if they have multiple suppliers or they're listing other artists or makers on their website, they're actually highlighting Cassie here, who's one of their suppliers, as you mentioned, or vendors. I think that's fantastic because the audience here is probably signing up for this email list because they like a rotating list of products. It's not the same thing over and over. In here, the first call to action in here is actually just preview Cassie's collection, which I think is fantastic versus click here to buy. Like, the goal is to get them to your website as an email marketer, and I think this is it's very engaging because you're introducing somebody new, Cassie here. You're introducing her to the audience. You're helping her, but also you're helping your audience meet something new, find something new, meet the maker, which is a great thing. So, all right, so here's our second one here from New Balance, which is great. What jumps out immediately for me here is the emoji in the subject line. Again, I'm big on the subject lines because on average, people get, I think, between 200 and 300 emails per day that they're looking for. You got to jump out. You got to stand out. They have one immediate positive emoji in the subject line. Actually happens to be their brand color, or similar to their brand color, which kudos to them for that selection. But it jumps out immediately, but it's not overselling. It's not too many emojis up there, which will kill deliverability and will hurt your end goal, which is to get eyeballs and engagement here. So I like the subject line. It's very short. It's not going to get cut off in a mobile browser, which is key. And then as we come down, like, this content is great. Some of the things I like in here, wow, this is all clickable. So this large image here, kudos to whoever the marketer is here, is there's no one clear CTA, but if I click anywhere on this, whether on desktop or mobile, it's going to take me right to their website, which is fantastic. So that's the first thing that really engages me. It's interesting. Just the product layout is kind of interesting. The colors. I'm not a designer, but I see why design is really important. Is a valuable skill. That's so important. So I love that. As I look down here, interesting. They have a discount code here, so they can have a full discount code. They can have a unique discount code, obviously. Look at that. That's kind of interesting. Those images, they're kind of cut up there, which is nice. So yeah, I think this is great. I think it's right to the point. This is definitely mobile friendly, which is good. Anywhere my fingers or your fingers are going to touch on that screen on mobile, it's going to get right to the point. They're going to go right through, which is the ultimate goal, to get them to click through to your store.
Yeah, so first time I'm seeing this one, but I think I like it as well. I think that this one sent out, I believe it's a Valentine's Day email.
Oh, yeah.
Subject line, this one is for you here, and it's like February 9th, so it's like right before Valentine's Day, so I guess.
I was wondering why they had a 14% off discount code. Now I know why. That is good.
Makes sense, right?
All right, so that ties it into right there, and it's very time sensitive, which is great. So,
Yeah, and it's good. So that can also make sense because why they're not focusing on one specific product.
Yeah.
By the way, we have 14% of everything. It's a lot of options you can go to, and then that big picture is clickable.
that's awesome.
And then apply it. Pretty cool. This one comes from Lives Bazaar, clothing store. And I like it. Again, you will see a theme running through my sub. I like design and story.
Yeah.
So this one also has a nice story. It is not your usual promotional email. This one is for International Women's Day. So they sent it March 7th. So it was like one day before International Women's Day. And they are highlighting the women founders here. So front and center, the first thing you see are the two founders, the women there. And they're basically just having a conversation with them, Rose and us. So they are sending them not to the product, not to buy anything, but just to read more about these founders. So this one is really great because I think that it's important to separate yourself from all the other 300 emails selling you 350 million types of products, because you need to remember a brand in order to have some preference for a brand. So two brands could sell the same shoes, but you would most likely go with the one that you have some sort of connection with. So I think these kinds of emails are really important to send from time to time to give people an insight into your brand story, to differentiate yourself from the competitors.
Yeah.
And then just to make them like you.
Good. And here, the first CTA here is read the block.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's not, again, going back to that, it's not here's our price discount today. I didn't see anything in here talking about discounts. So kudos to them on protecting the value of their merchandise and their products. But there's a lot of good information in here. They know their audience really well. I love it when brands feature the founders, because at the end of the day, as a small business, small and medium-sized business, you are fighting for attention. You are competing with other brands and merchants for attention throughout the day. All right, so this is one of my choices here. This is a brand that I really like. They're from where I live in Charleston, South Carolina. They're a great outdoor brand. I have a couple of their products and signed up for their email list recently. So they're not on Omnisend, so there's a little bit more. They can be doing better here, we'll say that, but it's a great brand. They have a great mission. If you haven't, check them out. So this is the welcome email. The welcome email is the report that actually you and your team work on, is one of the highest converting automations in email marketing is that welcome email. You have high intent. Somebody's on your site. I signed up for their on their pop-up to get their marketing. There's high intent there. So you see a lot of conversions coming off of this email. So it's very important to be direct, immediate, and get to the point, right? What I like about this is their brand. Their brand, I have affinity for their brand. They do a really good job on the design and how they feature their products and their brand in here, which is great. They feature up here, the mission for them is about protecting our coastal waters, and our hometown is important. One of the two things that really jump out to me here that is really, it pains me, is here this break too many times. Although I love the brand, there's so many times when they're making little mistakes like this that it's broken here. So this is broken text inside the email, which is not great. It's that first impression is important. It's the little things that matter. So thank you here. It's broken here. It's broken down here. You're using different fonts, it looks like, different sizes in here. And then this long custom discount code is not clickable. It should be clickable. Make that a clickable item, make it a link, make it a button, make it easy for your customers who, again, either on a desktop or on mobile, they're clicking through. They're not going to copy and paste. God forbid anybody would actually write down the discount code anymore, but make this easy for the customers to win here. Again, here, Toadfish is a broken text here. It looks like a different size font. Coming down here, different size font. Again, broken text. I looked at this on mobile right before we were doing this, and it was broken on mobile too. So little things like that. And then here, look at this. Like, just make sure you test your emails, preview the emails. Your email editor should be able to do this for you automatically. You can preview that as much as you need to, but you can see just the line is off. Look at, like, these are all capitalized. This one's not capitalized. Little things like that this brand does such a good job on branding, but yet the communication there's all little tweaks, in sports, we like to say the X's and O's, right? Yeah. And make sure you do the little things right to get the big things right in here. And it makes the brand come across as much more professional. Again, you're competing for attention. So great brand, but there's definitely ways to step up their email marketing in here as well. What do you see in here, Bernard?
So purely from a design and content perspective, I think that, as you said, this is the welcome email. It's one of the highest converting emails. And the audience here are people who are already they're interested in your brand. They want to know more.
Yeah.
And so you should try your best to make the best first impression. So, for me, design, it would be great, to have a little bit of this. I see that it's kind of highlighted here about this your mission, your sustainability, or whatever it is that you're there for.
Yeah.
But it's not very visual. I have to read the
Sure.
Most people don't read.
Not at all.
They want to see something visual.
I want that 10% coupon.
Yeah, so 10%.
Paste.
I would like this more space in this email.
Sure.
Because it's really, it's kind of compact. I like this because at least you get to see a little bit more about what the brand kind of focuses on, what the values are. And this one, like you said, I think that this could really be cleaned up in a nice way to make it aligned and then to make it just consistent. But overall, I see what you mean. Like, the brand gives a good feeling. I think that they're like 82% there.
Yeah, 82%.
82. I don't know why.
Very specific.
That number is there. It's 82% there because everything is like there, just a little bit better. Maybe it could be just, searching terms.
Sure. Yeah.
Or maybe just a little bit more time spent on this one. But if there was one email that I would really work on and spend a week on, it would be just the welcome.
Yeah.
Because that's where you're
for any brand, not just this one. Is that welcome email is important. So
I would even just recommend having 2 or 3 emails, which is your story.
Yeah.
Just to give people a bit more differentiation between yourself and other brands that they're looking at.
Yeah, and definitely that you have that window of diminishing returns. If somebody signs up with high intent on your store, they're joining your email list, they're abandoning a cart, they're ordering for the first time, they're signing up on a pop-up form or some sort of lead capture. They're showing intent. You have that window of opportunity. Then there's diminishing returns after 7, 10, 14 days. They've moved on. Attention spans have moved on. They've made that purchase, unless it's a big high-end purchase. They've made that purchase and moved on. Our job is to help you be more successful in that window of opportunity, and we want to help you be successful. And with that, I'd say if you're watching this and you want Omnisend, you want our team to take a look at your email, whether private or public like this in a review, let us know in the comments below. Reach out to Omnisend and we can help.
We could do like a hot seat. Hot series, yeah. Is that what they call it? Hot seat?
We do now.
Get in the hot seat. You get in the hot seat. We check your emails, or we help you. I don't know why I sound so aggressive.
What Bernard?
It's actually very friendly and nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the zone right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for the brands for unknowingly letting us do this. Some of the Omnisend brands that you're using Omnisend for your email marketing. Thank you for your business. We appreciate that. We look forward to helping anybody else with your email marketing in the future.
Catch you guys later.
Cheers.